In this video, I'm going to show you the complete system that takes InfoPro creators from stock at 30K months to consistent 6-figure revenue. This will be the only scaling video that you will ever need to watch because I'm giving you the complete 80-step system. From fixing your broken sales process to scaling profitably with almost no additional effort. If you're a coach, consultant, or course creator and you're getting decent traffic, but your sales are not matching your audience size, then this video will show you exactly how to fix that. By the way, this is not going to be basic marketing advice. I'm going to show you the complete system so you can finally break through whatever revenue ceiling that you're stuck at right now. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Alright, so let me guess where you're at right now. You're creating content consistently, your posts are getting views, you might even have a solid following, but when you look at your bank account, the numbers don't add up. Do they? You're probably making somewhere between 30K to 90K per month, and it doesn't matter how much more content you created, you can't seem to break through that revenue ceiling of consistent 6-figure months. So here's what's really happening. You don't have a traffic problem, you have a conversion problem. People are seeing your stuff, but they're not buying. And that's because most InfoPro creators are missing the fundamental systems that take followers into paying customers.
So the first thing you need to do is to figure out where people are dropping off. Most creators have no idea how many people actually see their call to action, click on it, and then what happens next. So here's what you need to track. How many people are clicking your work with me links? How many of those people are actually booking calls or signing up? How many people show up to the calls they book? How many people cancel those calls? How many people actually buy after talking to you? Most creators I talk to are shocked when they realize that they're losing 70 to 80% of potential customers just because they don't have these basic systems in place. So what I mean by basic systems is, for example, after someone books a call, by sending them personalized videos or by sending them testimonials based on the situation they are facing right now. For example, you're going to get some people that are beginners, so you should send them a testimonial on how this beginner got X result. Or if they come from another industry, like maybe it was salesman, then you can send him a testimonial that looks like, here's how this salesman achieved X result. Send them testimonials based on the client profile they are. And also another thing that you should do is to, after someone books a call, it's the warmest you are going to get them. So you need to be sending them value dense emails that frame them before they call and handle objections. Also, you can do this with confirmation best practices. So instead of having a thank you video or just having a generic thank you page, what you can do is having a pre-call video. After they book a call, you redirect them to a confirmation page where you have a pre-call video where you frame them before the call and explain what the call is going to be about. And you want to have breakout videos below where you're just handling objections and answering FAQs. So what you're going to do with this is to handle objections before they even come up in the call. So this is going to boost your show up rate, because some people don't show up to calls because of some internal objection or limiting belief they have. You're going to improve your close rate because you're handling the objections before the call, and you're going to improve your AOV because they are more nurtured. So these are just very basic things that you can do to improve all of your metrics. So once you know where people are dropping off, start with the easy fixes. The biggest one I see is stop making people jump through hoops to work with you. If someone wants to book a call, don't send them to another page. Don't make them fill out a 20 question survey. Make it as easy as possible. Here's a simple rule. Every extra step you add of friction, you lose from 20 to 50% of people. So if you're sending people from Instagram to your website to another booking page, you might have just lost 75% of them. So this is a ton of revenue that you're losing right now. So for example, the easiest thing that you can do is, instead of having them to go to another page with just a Calendly, is to have the Calendly or the Typeform embedded right on the main page. So for example, if you see my website, you're going to notice that I don't redirect people to another page. I just have my Calendly embedded below the VSL. So that is what you should be doing, or having the Typeform embedded below. Okay, these are best practices. Now let's go to step number 3. So this is huge and most creators completely ignore it. You're probably taking calls with anyone who books. College students who can afford your program, people who are just curious, tire kickers who have no intention of buying, you're wasting hours every week and it's killing your motivation. So you need to start qualifying people before they can book. The biggest mistake I see is that there are creators that say, like, for example, I'm not going to say my price on the BSL or in the application form because I want to get more booked calls. Now, this is not very intelligent, because if you're just getting people that when you drop the price, they're going to get scared and they're going to leave the call, then what is the point? You're just going to be wasting your time or your sales team time. Say the price upfront on the BSL and in the application and ask them if that is money that they can invest. If no, dequalified, or you can send them to a downsell. Let's go to step number 4. So here's where most creators go wrong with content. You're creating random posts hoping something sticks. You're posting for likes and comments instead of posting to make sales. Some content should attract new people. This is your educational stuff, your hot takes, your industry insights, even mindset content. Now, some content should build trust. This is your behind the scenes, your client results, your personal stories, and some content should directly ask for the sale. This is your testimonials, your case stories, your link in bio post. So most of you are probably just doing 90% top of funnel content, which is just to attract new people and not giving value. And this is not good, because you're just getting probably random teenagers who are not going to be invest in your course or your program or whatever you have. So you should be doing, ideally, for example, let's talk about short form content. You should be posting 3 top of funnel content, which is just to get new people, 3 short form per week, which is middle of funnel content, which is to educate and build trust, and 1 bottom of funnel content, which is to get conversions and ask for the sale. Now, here's a quick pro tip with bottom of funnel content. So instead of just saying like, hey, my client did this, go check it out, what you can do is just make a video where you say something like, so I was the other day in a coaching call and Adrian asked me how to do X and I answered that he had to do Y, and because of that he got 0 result. So if you want to see what this is about, go check the link. So that is like, you're not directly asking for the sale. It's not as salesy, okay? So that is how you should be packaging testimonials. Now, let's go to step number 5. Give people multiple ways to buy. So most InfoPro creators only have one way for people to work with them, usually one-on-one calls, or some people just DMs to get people to book a call. So what about people who don't want to get on a call? What about people who prefer to learn in group coaching? What about people who want to see you teach before they buy? So what you should do, for example, is add a webinar or workshop or a challenge funnel to your mix, to your conversion mechanisms. Some people will never book a call, but they might attend a live training. Different people buy differently. There's people that prefer to buy through DMs also. This one addition can easily add 30 to 50% more revenue, because you're converting the people on your audience that don't like maybe BSL funnels if you have them and they prefer webinars, or they don't like DMs and they prefer BSL funnels, or you get the point, right? Now let's get to step number 6, actually follow up. And this blows my mind, but most creators just give up after 1 attempt. Someone books a call and doesn't show, they just move on. Someone shows up but doesn't buy, they never follow up. You need systematic follow-up. Email sequences for people who don't show up. Follow-up calls for people who need time to think. This is not the case, obviously, probably 99% of the time, but you should book the second call anyways. And retargeting ads for people who visited your sales page but didn't buy. So most of your sales will come from follow-up, not from the first interaction. And this is in any industry. You have probably heard before the famous phrase, money is on the follow-up. And this applies to every single industry. Money is on the follow-up. So there are creators that say, for example, if you book a call but don't show up, you can never book a call again. Or if you cancel or whatever happens, you booked a call and it doesn't matter if your If someone died, if you went to the hospital, you can never book again. This, for me, is like an excuse to not follow. What you should do is instead send them a quick message, call them, send them emails, even if they're automated. It will be better than just not doing anything. Let's go to step number 7. So this is about getting your traffic back. So here's something most creators never think about, and it's what happens to all the people who see your content but don't take action right away, or the people that visited your landing page but didn't book a call. So they disappear forever for you. You spend all that time creating content, they saw it, they were interested, but they got distracted and never came back. So you should set up retargeting ads. When someone visits your website or watches your videos, show them ads that bring them back to your offers. This is literally free money. Why not get multiple chances to convert the same people? This is just another way of following up. So, for example, I went through Daniel Fascio, I don't know how it is pronounced, but I went to his landing page and I watched the PSL, and now every single day on YouTube, on IG, everywhere I get his ads. And I'm not converting. I'm not buying his offer probably. Not now at least. But I'm 100% confident that there is a lot of people that buy his coaching program, Client Ascension, just because of their retargeting ads. Because they're following you everywhere. They follow you on YouTube, on IG, static content, video ads, a ton of different ads. So this is what you should be doing if you want to maximize your audience. So let's go to step number 8, which is make it systematic. So the final piece is making all of this systematic instead of random. Track your numbers weekly, how many people saw your content, how many clicked, how many booked, how many bought. Test different approaches. Try different headlines, different call to actions, different follow-up sequences. Focus on what works. When you find content that drives sales, create more of it. When you find follow-up sequences that convert, use them everywhere. Most creators are just throwing stuff at the wall. The ones making consistent 6 and 7 figure months have systems. So if you want to get more sales for your business, you need to have good marketing. And now, marketing is just math. Like, which funnel has better numbers? Which ad has a better click-through rate? It's all about math and about knowing your numbers. Now, if you are not tracking your numbers, how are you going to know what to do? And you need to also be testing different approaches every time, because right now, for example, with the Andromeda update on Meta, it's not anymore about having a winning creative. It's about testing up to 50 different ads to get them to perform right now. I mean, we are on the AI era. Like, there's no reason for you to just go with ChatGPT or whatever you want and say like, hey, give me 15 variations of this. If you can make it a system, and you should, everything is going to be faster and you're going to be making more money. Now, how this all works together. So here's the key. These are not separate tactics. They all work together. Your content drives people to your optimized pages. Your qualification process ensures you only talk to serious buyers. And your follow-up systems convert people who were not ready initially or for the first call. Your webinars capture people who don't want calls or DMs, and your retargeting brings back people who got distracted on the process. When you have all these pieces working together, you create a machine that consistently turns your audience into paying customers.
So that's the complete system for scaling your InfoProc business in 2025. Everything you need to finally turn your audience into consistent revenue. The creators who implement this system are the ones that are going to be scaling to a 6-figure month on 2026, while everyone else stays stuck at posting more content and hoping for the best. But here's what I have learned after working with dozens of creators. Most people will watch this, get excited, and then try to piece this together themselves. They will implement just 1 or 2 pieces and then wonder why they are not getting results. The difference between those creators who actually scale and those who stay stuck, it's about having someone that has implemented this system before several times and will help them do it for their business. So if you're serious about finally breaking through your revenue ceiling, I want to help you implement this entire system in your business. Go to the first link in the description right now and apply to work with me. I will personally audit where you're losing money, show you exactly what pieces you are missing, and help you build a system that consistently converts your audience into paying customers. This is not about posting more content or getting more followers. It's about systematically turning the audience you already have into the revenue you deserve. So if you're ready to stop leaving money on the table, click the link, fill out the application, and let's build your scaling system together. So thanks for watching, subscribe if this was helpful, and I will see you on the next one.